Dang it. All right, you're going to have to do the intro, bro, because I'm going to just yell. I'm so happy. I'm like, let's get it. We're back. Got a computer, mother chuck. I'm happy, bro. Oh, my. You don't understand. You don't understand. I've migrated completely off of the console lifestyle into the PC realm. I consumed that whole PC Master Race rhetoric, and then it was removed from me. It was literally taken away from me. Imagine like the coolest Reddit PC you've ever did seen, and it was yours, you know, and that was your baby, and it was just gone. It poof. You don't even know why I died, and now I got a new baby that's RGB. It's great. Twice the actually I don't even think I can quantify how much stronger. I think this is like 3 or 4 times better than my old PC, if not more. That's the intro, I guess. Welcome to Breezy Briefs.
Yeah, it works for me. Fuck it.
Oh my
What's
goodness.
going on, everybody? We're back with another fucking episode of the Breezy Briefs fucking show.
I missed this, Dustin. I missed it, bro. I missed
So
this.
if you weren't able to tell, Malik finally got his PC fixed. So keep an eye out for the edited content that was supposed to be releasing like months ago to finally be coming out.
Oh, it hurts so bad. Like,
all those, those edited fighting game videos that we had, like Garo, kind of MK, but not really MK. Mainly that Garo video though. You'll see more stuff like that coming soon because Malik was the one that was doing that.
Bro, I was so happy. I was excited. Y'all was gonna get a bunch of treats, and I had all these things planned out. I had a cork board, my guy, and then just flipping, just nothing.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, Malik finally got his new PC, so we should be seeing that content soon.
Yep.
We got other content in the works as well, besides the stuff that Malik is behind on now.
What was ahead? How did I go from ahead to like
that's the crazy thing is you and me were sitting here going, yo, we are ahead. We have so much content. We're so good. And then your PC died, and we went, we are so behind.
You know what happened? Me and you, this is Mario Kart Double Dash, and we got hit by a blue shell, bruh. At the finish line. That's what that was. That was, oh man, we're so close. It's third lap, bro.
We're like, yo, we got some good ass content coming up. Hell yeah. We got a schedule planned. Hell yeah, let's do this shit. PC dies.
Like, it wasn't even like, okay, we planned the schedule. It was, we have a genuine schedule and we're keeping up with it. And not only are we keeping it, we're surpassing it and we're future proofing it. And we got a good workflow going. We understand each other's strengths and weaknesses now. Like we're developing as content creators. And literally right as we got that rhythm, it just shut completely down.
So hopefully we'll get back in that rhythm here soon.
Yeah, we'll get there soon, I hope. But yeah, be on the lookout. The next video I plan on working on is the Dragon Ball FighterZ video, since that's the one I was most passionate about out of the Battle of Endurance series. So I'll keep you posted on the order after that. But for now, that's my passion project.
We got some Fall Guys content coming out soon as well. Fall Guys, the amazing hype game of the month.
Do you think Fall Guys is gonna be a fad? I think it might.
I mean, I would say every popular game kind of is, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I think Fortnite was I can't say the longest lasting one. I would say the longest lasting one is probably Call of Duty, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty is that game that, like, you play at some point in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I think everyone just is like, oh, I'll play Call of Duty this year. Hell yeah, I'll buy Call of Duty. I've never played Call of Duty before. Or they're a person like me, it's like, oh, I haven't played Call of Duty in a long ass time. Buys Call of Duty and doesn't play.
Yep, that was me with 2K. That's me with sports games. Where I had that nostalgia for them, and I'm like, man, I haven't played a 2K game in a minute, and I'm like, nah, I left for a reason.
You see, I feel bad because I'm like, yo, I need to stop buying FIFA every fucking year. I need to stop doing this, until they actually show that they care about career mode, and then but I kept buying it every year, and then this year I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy it this year. They're not gonna make any changes to career mode, and then they're like, hey, we made changes to career mode, like really good changes, and I went, oh, I'll pre-order that shit.
You're protesting work, Dustin. You're active, not protesting.
I was like, I'm gonna protest this year. Hey, by the way, this year it's like I'm not protesting anymore.
looked at the soap. You didn't even step on the soapbox. You looked at the soapbox, and they were like, "Wait, before you get on that soapbox, we have changes."
Hey, we got some news for you. It's like, look, all right. Well, what are these changes? Oh, actually, that's actually really cool.
You're telling me I'm getting what? And all I had to do was complain once?
You're telling me I'm getting like half the shit I wanted? You know what? That's better than none of it. Like it is every other year.
For a video game company to do that, that's a big step, because it's very rare for a game company to,
especially EA. Anyway. First topic we have today is Dragon Ball FighterZ had their like update show
game
thing.
Companies, I guess.
Yeah. To be honest, that have strange practices. Our System Works did their, or was it really Bandai? I'm not 100% sure.
That's the issue, right? We're not entirely clear on who's running the show, because
I think it was Bandai, but
because it's press related, right? It's not related to the game. If this was Evo, had Evo been happening, and this was strictly the character trailer and maybe Arc Revolution or the next Arc tournament on its own, I'd say, okay, this is clearly all Arc System Works. But the fact that this was a broadcast and Namco's brand was brandished on some parts of the UI that they showed off, or the on the Twitch stream, I feel like that because of that, this is all the publisher Namco Bandai taking most of the reins of this. So I don't know if that affected what we got in terms of content or not, but
so
it was a whole lot.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of watched like a quick highlight of it. You know what I mean? I was kind of keeping up with it on Twitter. I was at work at the time. But they showed off, or well, I guess they talked about netcode for Dragon Ball, which is actually pretty big. You know, it's something that we've all wanted not game companies, but fighting game developers to address is bad netcode in their games, specifically Japanese games. Because historically the games made in North America have had good netcode. KI, Mortal Kombat, Injustice,
Skullgirls.
You know, our North America games are repping it strong with good ass netcode. I think Them's Fighting Herds is North America. I'm not 100% sure on that. I would assume. I don't think any Japanese company would make that game.
Are you dismissing the Japanese brony scene, which is like 2 billion people strong? I don't flip it.
Yes. But it was kind of surreal for them to address having rollback netcode in that game, because it was something that was kind of like, you know, the game's been out for 2 years, and this is their reasoning of like, it's hard. What they said is it's hard for us to implement rollback now into Dragon Ball FighterZ, which I 100% understand. Some people are like, you need to add it into the game now. It's like, dude, you know how hard it is to tear apart that game just to put the netcode in, to put a new netcode in the game. Like, they have to do so much work. You might as well just wait for Dragon Ball FighterZ 2, or any other iteration of the game. If they do, you know, a re-release thing like Street Fighter does with Street Fighter 4 with all the 3 versions, with Street Fighter 5 with all the 3 versions. If they do a Dragon Ball thing like that, maybe. But I think we would have to wait for a completely new game for them to really start doing it.
That would have to be, we wait a whole year. That would be like after this season. That's it. And we have to wait. And you couldn't even tell the people, because the people would get impatient.
Quick tangent real quick. I thought about this the other day, and we never got on Discord yesterday because I had to go to sleep pretty early because I worked 7 o'clock this fucking morning. But I was thinking about this on the way home. If ArcSys made another 3v3 Hyper Fighter, I guess, game that wasn't a Dragon Ball IP, it was another IP that was anime related, whether it be Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, etc. Right? Which anime would you want this IP game, or what anime IP would you want it to be for this fighting game?
See, that's tough, because for a 3v3 fighter, you need a large roster. The strength of 3v3 fighters is to me, exposure.
To be fair, we have 7 Gokus in this game.
Yeah, to be fair, but again, all those Gokus represent something that was an iconic moment. UI Goku was a movement.
And
there are literally like a year's worth of UI memes on this platform of YouTube because of that one those 3 episodes. of the Tournament of Power, you know?
And before people start getting in the comments, it's not 7 Gokus, it's 5. I know, I exaggerated, bitch. Anyway.
You just have to cover it for that one dude that's like, well, actually.
Yeah. No, because I saw that shit on Twitter, because everyone was like, there's 7 Gokus, and then you had the one dude, actually, I'm like, oh my god, bro, we know it's not 7. Like,
we know it's not 7, but you can't say only 5 is okay, you know? Saying only 5 does not make it less of a glaring, not really an issue, but something you should take into account for Dragon Ball 2 potentially down the road.
I don't remember when who it was, but someone was like, "Oh, they need to add Super Saiyan God Goku." I'm like, bro.
No, this actually, keep it $1.50. Something that bothered me is that folks are upset about Gokus, right? And that's a big thing. But whenever we get a non-Goku, everyone the consensus on most social media to me has always been like, oh, it was a cool trailer, but like, I hate this character, or I don't really like their movie, or I don't like their episodes, or their length.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want any more Gokus in this game. But when Super Saiyan God Goku coming out? It's like, what?
I don't, when Janemba dropped, everyone was like, oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, that's cool. I would like to see Janemba in this game. We get the Janemba trailer. Wow, that was some pretty cool gameplay. Janemba comes out. Immediately, everyone's like, this is not a Goku's gameplay style. I hate it. This is stupid. Why would you ever play this? And I'm like, guys, it's only been out on the Switch version. It's not even out on PS4 or PC yet. You guys are just listening to what...
Hey, you motherfuckers that talking, I know you don't own the Switch version.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, it's literally only been released on the Switch version for 2 hours, and Twitter's consensus is Janemba bad. Do not play Janemba. And then UI Goku comes out, and everyone's like, I must consume all this UI content. This is the greatest feeling in the world. It's GT Part 2, the reckoning of the Goku is returned. I'm just like, guys, this is why we're getting more Gokus, because from a publisher's perspective, like what Bandai and ArcSys are doing together, right? When you pick a character, the point is to get you to buy the character. It doesn't matter how much work and effort they put in the Janemba if you guys don't buy the character. They're not making their money back. If a Goku gets you to buy the DLC, which it has done, they're gonna have to make another Goku. Because if nobody buys Roshi, I'm sorry, we're not gonna get Hercule. You know, if Hercule's not in the season, we're not getting Hercule if Roshi doesn't sell. That's my prediction.
Speaking of Roshi was then showed off at the end of the show, for those of you that don't know.
Speaking of Roshi got leaked before the show.
Yeah, no. Roshi got leaked by the show before he was shown off.
Oh my god. How do you do that? How do you leak your own
They showed a slide that was, or a graphic, whichever one you want to call it, of, oh hey, this is what we're going to be showing off in the future. The one for September said like Roshi gameplay video or something along those lines, and everyone was like, Roshi gameplay video? Well, you haven't even announced Roshi. Oh.
It's a shame too, because I like what they did with the parts of the trailer that actually, were a trailer. Hyping them up, where they showed the overworld or the main lobby.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
that was a nice touch. That was a pretty good build up, because the moment they showed that and they cut to the red ribbon and then they went to King Kai, I was like, oh thank God, it's not another android. It's definitely Roshi. Go to the island. Stop playing with me. And then they cut to the island. I'm like, yeah, there we go. It was a very hype trailer if we were all in person. If that was an Evo moment, bro, would have been amazing. Everyone would have been like speculating for probably 5 seconds, because that's how long the trailer is. Like, oh no, don't go to the androids. No, not. Yeah, King Kai, maybe. Who the heck that's gonna be? Is it Otherworld? What the heck? Almost spaceship. What's that gonna be? And they touch the Roshi's house and flipping arena explodes. That would have been nice.
So yeah, as you can tell, we've been kind of making fun of how long this trailer has been, because it's kind of been noticeable that we noticed that when the game was first getting announced and shown off, that the trailers for each character were kind of short. But this one for Roshi was significantly shorter than all the other ones that really only last, like the old ones of like, Teen Gohan, Adult Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, Gotenks, Piccolo, lasted maybe a minute and a half max. And it was like, okay, yeah, these are short. I wish there was more, but I got what I kind of need. I saw his level 3. I saw his like,
you get the gist of the
I saw his auto combos. I could see what was going on here. But then Roshi, it was like medium auto combo into maybe level 3.
Like, I'm assuming with Roshi that was Mafuba, which is level 3. I don't know what the heck else you're gonna do other than the original Kamehameha, where he gets buffed for the level 3. So I'm guessing it's level 3 with a dramatic finish, with him putting you in the cork bottle.
So I'm thinking a level 3, that be his level 3, but he also has another one. He has 2 level 3s, with the other one is an install of him being buffed.
Bro, that'd be hype. We haven't gotten an install character yet, have we?
I think that'd be sick.
We got Adult Gohan, technically.
Technically, but
Adult Gohan technically, Super Broly technically.
Yeah. Broly a little bit more, I would say.
Yeah, Adult Gohan, I would barely call it an install. Broly, we're getting closer to what most fighting games would have as an install super. So Roshi's would be, if he does have something along that line, would be the most traditional install super we've seen. I don't know, man. Like, you got the medium auto combo wasn't even that long, bro. It wasn't even that long.
It was like the first 3 hits. Yeah, it didn't even go into his level 1.
Yeah, it didn't even show off the super. Normally, we at least get 2, maybe 3 supers if we count 2 level 1s and a level 3. Now it was literally like you don't even get a super because the medium auto combo doesn't even show. Some of the times they show off a special move into the super, but that time it didn't look like there was button special super. It looked as if it was just button special animation for the auto combo, and then what was going to be the super before the cut, and then his victory animation. And all of those things aren't like unique trailer shot versions, right? Where there are plenty of fighting games out there that have limited resources and they just show off the character's move list or their kit or maybe some taunts, but they pan the camera around because they have the assets as a developer to make it look more cinematic. That was like, just here's the game with no UI, no graphics or anything, as if you were playing fighters, and there you go. I could have clipped that, bro. If Roshi was out, or I had a dev kit with Roshi on the roster, the parts of him being shown off, I could have recorded on my computer, and that's the part that kind of sucks. You know, you don't get a good gist of what your Roshi's about. You just know Roshi's in the game.
Yeah. So yeah, significantly shorter trailer than all the rest of them. Doesn't show anything.
Twitter had a field day with that, though.
The other thing Twitter had a field day with, in terms of the show, from what I saw, were the pro players reacting to. It's not like it's the Dragon Ball World Tour, I think is what it's officially called.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Pro Tour, but that's not right. I think it's the Dragon Ball Fighters World Tour, which is I was gonna say esports scene, but I guess the competitive scene would be the word I'm looking for. Which is going to be online, like most of the other tours for games, due to the unfortunate event of us being in the middle of a pandemic. Which a lot of players, going back to the netcode thing, are like, fuck that. I ain't playing this shit online. I saw someone, I want to go like look up the clip because I haven't seen it yet, but I guess the Kill Sage, who is finished top 3 in World Tour Finals this past year. I think he finished 3rd place. Was restreaming the show. They announced that the World Tour would be online for right now. Like, I guess, I don't know if it's just qualifiers, or if I doubt it's the entire thing, because that's not going to work.
Yeah, I feel like if they got the top 8 would have to be in person. There's no way you can do top 8 at least, or top 16.
He was but he was restreaming the show. They said, "Oh yeah, World Tour is gonna be online," and he went, "I ain't playing online." Turned the stream off. It went back to playing Skullgirls. Or no, I don't think it was Skull. It was some other game. But he said, "I ain't doing that," and then just started playing games instead of watching the stream. Which is like, all right, this goes back to the netcode conversation of, if you want to have these online events, you gotta make sure you have good netcode. Obviously, your plan when you were making this game wasn't, oh, let's make good netcode because there's gonna be a global pandemic coming in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, you can't foresee that it would be nice. That's called future proofing. But You know,
But
when
you know,
yeah, but life works out like that.
but I just thought that was so funny that players were like, hell no. I guess that's a good transition to one of our other topics, which is Capcom Pro Tour, which is the Street Fighter V competitive scene. Had another one of their Capcom Pro Tour finals, or Capcom Cup qualifier matches. This week's was NA West. And boy, did we have some netcode drama. More lag being produced in between NorCal and SoCal. How that lags is beyond me. Obviously, I know California's a big state, but you know, we shouldn't be having that bad of lag as we have been shown. A lot of the matches involved one of, if not the best player in the world, Punk, to the point where he got knocked out in losers round of 16, which caused him to go on Twitter and call the dude that he was playing out, Alex Myers. I guess he called Uncle Vi a bitch or something like that.
Yes.
Because Vi was the TO, ended up deactivating or like deactivating his own Twitter account for like the night. It became a fucking shitstorm on Street Fighter Twitter the other night.
I missed all of it. All I heard was something regarding Park, and I didn't get the chance to look it up.
I watched part of it. Like I was watching top 8, or I was watching top 16 on Saturday. I went on Twitter. I don't know. I'm guessing I missed the Punk Alex Myers match. I don't know if I went to sleep or something. And I saw it the next morning, but I was scrolling through Twitter at some point, either after the match on Saturday or Sunday morning. And I'm seeing all these people responding to Punk, going like, yo, you gotta calm down with that. I saw like Sajam tweeting stuff like, you know, if we had good netcode, this wouldn't be a problem. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? But I'm like seeing all these responses to Punk. But when I scroll the Punk's up the Punk's tweet, it's like this Twitter account is no longer in existence, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening,
bro?
I'm like, yo, did Punk get banned off of Twitter? And then, you know, after some digging, I found out what was really going on, which I covered. He deactivated his Twitter account because he was going off pretty hardcore.
It was hurt, bro.
But yeah, it's just, you know, we had the same issue. Well, not exactly the same issue, but because players didn't go super insane about it. But we did have, the same thing in NA East, with Metro lagging, which caused Idom, who was trying to gatekeep, which he admitted to.
Bro, what's crazy is that before the lag, Idom was like, guys, I'm not gatekeeping. If anything, this is fair because I got gatekept. It's completely fine, guys. And then he goes from lag and he's like, all right, guys, I was gatekeeping. What do you want from me? All right, it was trash. I had to.
But, which caused Idom to rage quit. And then the next match, which I think was like losers losers semis or losers finals. One of the two. This was like 2 months ago at this point. Honestly,
sure
actually,
I want to say it was semi.
But the next guy that Metro faced rage quit and said, "Nah, we ain't doing this." But this is just one of those things where, guys, if we can get this netcode figured the fuck out, we wouldn't be having these issues. And you're like premier competition.
It hurts, right? Because it's one of those things where it's not as if folks have been saying this stuff for years that are fans of specifically Japanese developed fighting games. It's just that it was never bad enough because people were forced. There was always that big community of folks that I bought Street Fighter V and I never played a Street Fighter before, Okay, let's see how online is like. Let me learn how to play
Yeah.
the game.
So
There is no way to learn the game.
what I think it was when Street Fighter 4 was out. All these Street Fighter guys only played Street Fighter. So everyone was like, "Oh, this is just the online experience." When Street Fighter 5 came out, Street Fighter 5's launch was not great.
Bro, that was like the worst fighting game launch I've seen. Besides Marvel Infinite, which was controversial, based off of online, you had like Vegas flying up into the sun and Five launch.
But Street Fighter 5 not being great to start with caused players to adventure into other fighting games.
Guilty Gear?
To which they went and found Killer Instinct. They found Skullgirls. They didn't find them fighting hers yet, but they found, Mortal Kombat and Justice. These guys who were like, oh, those games suck. They went and actually tried them and went, oh my god, the online is incredible. So now you're seeing all these guys who either started with KI and MK and those kind of games, or you're seeing the people that adventured to those games after Street Fighter V kind of crashed for a second, which, to its credit, has kind of made it a resurgence of being a decent fighting game. Are all kind of going, yo, this game's netcode is trash. Yo, a lot of these games' netcodes are trash. Yo, let's fix this shit, guys. What the fuck? Which is a good thing, obviously, because hopefully we get better netcode for all our games in the future. We're getting rollback for Guilty Gear Strive.
Every fighting game is rollback is the greatest day ever, bro. That's all I can say. All we need left is tutorials.
The day that every game has functioning rollback.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What's bad is that Street Fighter V ruined just the term rollback for everybody, bro.
Yeah, because Street Fighter V was my first one, right? My first fighting game. You taught me Street Fighter on Street Fighter V. I hated rollback because that's all I knew at that point. I was like, yo, fuck this netcode. Fuck rollback. And then I started playing Dragon Ball and shit. I'm like, yo, delay is so much better. And then I played Skullgirls and I'm like, oh, what kind of netcode is this? You're like, this is rollback. I was like, no, it's not. And you were like, no, this is rollback when it works. And I was like, oh, yo, fuck delay-based netcode.
I was right around the time you started getting into Sajam's content too. So you were like, yo, Sajam is right.
And I was like, oh my god, Sajam is preaching.
It was crazy, right? Because I was in the same boat where just like a little bit before you got into, I showed you the Skullgirls part, right? I was a believer that rollback and netcode sucked. And then I was playing only Guilty Gear and like a few odd games here and there. And then I just watched some like research videos and I was like, wait a minute, Street Fighter V's netcode
is messed up.
Is bad rollback? Because to most people, Street Fighter's a household game. Like
there's good rollback.
Yeah, so like when you have one of the, like, in my opinion, biggest household names in fighting games have bad rollback, I'm not gonna know off the top of my head or think to Google all other rollback fighting games. For most consumers, you get one shot to expose something like that. You get only one good time for a first impression. So that was the worst thing you could have done. And I was like, yo, rollback sucks too. And I was like, wait a second, Skullgirls uses GCPO. So does Fight King. What are these? That's rollback netcode? Wait a minute. Hold on. You're telling me it doesn't have to be this way? Fighting games can be not trash to be against people in my own country, let alone globally?
And then the greatest patch of all time for Street Fighter came out.
The
fan-made patch. You would have thought, right, that they would have went, oh, this guy fixed our shit. Why don't we just implement it ourselves? You would have thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
You really would have thought that's what they would have done. Even though it was a PC-only fix. Maybe there was something they would have changed for the PlayStation. But you'd think they would have figured that shit out. But no. They're just going to do their own fix. Which, like, kind of fixed the issue. But not really. It's still not great.
Yeah, because...
It's a little bit better. But it's not...
a little bit better.
It's still not good.
You know what hurts is that the fact, all I can think about is it only happened on the PC version because we only have the ability to, emulate or demake or, scan through the files of a PC version. Console versions are encrypted like that for a reason to prevent piracy. So if he was able to do that on PC version, I can only imagine if they had source code for the PS4 version, maybe there could have been a solution done through a fan community patch. Like if fast forward like 2040, where the PS4 is old news, and like people have ROM hacked the shiz out of it by now. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure in that world we could have made better Street Fighter V netcode. And it's weird to me because the PC issue, the PS4 consoles, was only prevalent because that same issue, that one-sided rollback, was happening to PC players all the time. PS4 was getting a higher priority in the netcode patch prior, where PS4 players were having smooth connections, and if you played a PC person, it looked the same as a PS4 player, but that PC person was lagging their butt off, and I hated playing PS4 people in Season 1 and 2 of Street Fighter V. It was awful. Like, that was the one moment, Dustin, where I felt like I wish I lived in a world where PlayStation and PC did not have crossplay. Because if PC was just PC players, I think Capcom would have left us alone, bro. It's only because PS4 is their moneymaker, and they had the CPT on the line, and they needed to have that brand straight. But if we were just a bunch of PC nerds in the corner, and they just made like their quick buck off of us at launch, we probably would have had a fantastic time on PC with mods and flipping rollback netcode that works. That patch was like a 1 frame delay at best between me and you.
Yeah.
Bro, I played that game. I played Street Fighter V for a whole week straight and played 20 games a night because that patch was so much fun with PC players. It was the best thing ever, dog. Oh, it hurts. All right, what's the next topic, bro? I'm getting sad, man. I would like to...
So to make you happy a little bit, Street Fighter V, or I think it's a Capcom Fighters Twitter account, is doing a fan-made costume contest. I'm pretty sure the winner gets their costume they made into the game. But I just want to let everyone know about that. To go on Twitter, look at I think it is the Capcom Fighters. Let me double check.
All right.
Maybe not.
If you're an artist or you know an artist, feel free to let them know about this competition too.
Yeah.
You never know.
I think they already finished submissions though, but they're posting them on Twitter.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's the actual Street Fighter Twitter account. They posted 12 designs on there, on their Twitter account. Each one's a separate tweet. But we got some pretty cool looking ones. I'll just kind of like give off like the names of each one. So we got a New York mobster Alex. We got a family man Guile. So it's Guile with like a button up, but it's covered with a sweater that says family man.
Oh my goodness.
Like it's a Christmas sweater kind of sweater.
Yeah, I like that.
He's got like a handyman belt in his back pocket has a TV remote.
Oh my! I need that costume. That's not good already.
We got a jury costume, which we don't need any more jury costumes.
Bro, jury doesn't exist.
Enough.
Nobody plays jury. Get out of here with that. The point is for people to buy the costume, all right?
We got this like really cool Honda costume. I don't really know how to describe it, but
I don't know.
It's pretty sick. Like if it was in the game, I would buy it. I would pay money to get this Honda costume, even though I don't play it. This other one kind of has a Mika costume that's kind of just her in a robe. Looks like maybe it's a gi.
Is it a leotard? Or?
I'm trying to read what that says. It's not a leotard. It's kind of like a gi, like a wrestling. Like if there was like a wrestling school and they had a gi for it.
Okay.
So it has like a little logo on it. There's a Sakura costume. It's all right. It's not great. There's this cool Balrog costume. Like if you think Doomfist from Overwatch.
Yeah.
But he's got it on both arms, and it looks like he's got like a headset on with some like glasses. Looks kind of sick. Looks kind of sick.
I might have to play Balrog when that one gets picked.
We got this Minot one where she's wearing like leather pants. I'm like, all right, we already got like a pretty sexy Minot costume. And the what's her name?
Too much sex sells.
What's the character from Darkstalkers?
Oh, Felicia.
Oh yeah, the Felicia costume. We already got that. We're good.
It's too much. All right, Minot's not coming back for a minute.
We got another Jury costume. We got this really cool biker Geef costume, dude. Like he looks like he's got like a helmet. If he doesn't have the helmet on, he's got like these cool like shades. The back of it says like Crimson Cyclone on it. It's kind of sick. We have a Vega costume where he is literally just wearing a Speedo and a hoodie. But like it's like a zip up hoodie with the open, but you can like see his whole like snake tattoo, which is sick. But like I don't need him just in a Speedo.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like this pretty sick Laura one where like she has like this like jacket that like lights up with lightning and shit. Oh, that's for her V trigger. Oh shit. So like she has a jacket with like lightning bolts, and when she activates her V trigger, the lightning bolts glow.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Oh shoot, I see that. Okay, I see the concept art. Wow, that's really good. Yo, shout outs to the artist. That's a lot of work just for that costume.
Like the art is really good. It's just some of these is like I don't need another Zuri costume. I like the art for these Zuri costumes, but I just don't need another one. There's too many.
Problem with the Laura costume, some of these costumes look great, but given Street Fighter V's like physics engine, like how they handle hair and clothing, it's gonna glitch out everywhere. You know.
If I had a vote, I'm voting for Family Man Guile.
Bro, why would I pay money for this Vega costume? Why?
Oh, shit,
that biker Geef though?
Yeah, the biker Geef is sick, dude.
Biker Geef looks sick, bro. Oh my god.
You see the helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. You just gotta scroll down to the Balrog one is pretty cool.
Oh, I did see the Sakura on my timeline. I saw the artist post it, but I didn't know that was part of the competition. Yeah, I don't need this jury costume. It's nice, but I don't need this jury costume. Let's see. I like the Alex costume, but that almost doesn't look like Alex from a distance. It looks like a different character.
I want that Family Man Guile one. Go home, be a family man.
That's all like kabuki mask looking thing for. Okay, but like samurai? Yeah, it's some samurai gear too. Okay. Yosh. And the Doomfist costume, it looks like Doomfist mixed with Geras from MK?
Yeah. I literally just thought about that.
Yeah, it's like Doomfist and Geras, bro. Like, what's going on with that? I thought that was Poison when I saw the jury costume. This is the other one, the one with the hat. I thought that was Poison from a distance, bro. I thought that was Poison with a wig.
Oh.
I didn't know who that was, bro. Oh, man. Honestly, as much as I like Family Man Guile, I might have to give that the Biker Geef.
Yeah, Biker Geef I think is the sickest one. But yo, I just love like the callback to Street Fighter 2, I think.
Yeah, that's Street Fighter 2. That's his win.
Street Fighter 2 win quote. Go home and be a family man.
The Guile costume is like deep lore, where the Street Fighter fan in me is like, yes, do it. But the Geef costume on just design is do it.
Like all the Family Man Guile one reminds me of that one comedy. That stand-up comic thing.
Yeah.
That we saw a while ago. If I find it, I'll put the link in the description. But it's fucking hilarious. Where he's like, Street Fighter, taught you like life lessons, and he brought up go home and be a family man.
Roy Wood Jr. That was the community.
Yeah, it was Roy Wood. It was a Roy Wood Jr. stand-up clip.
Yeah.
So literally, just look up Roy Wood Jr. stand-up.
Or just look up stand-up.
Yeah.
It might pop. It should pop up.
It might pop up.
Yeah.
But if I find it, I'll leave a link in the description. Just because it's actually really funny.
Yeah,
So staying on our Capcom train here, because they've been in the news a lot lately. They've kind of had a shakeup, which was kind of a couple weeks ago. Which the show that happened 2 weeks ago now was like the day after our video got uploaded, or the podcast got uploaded, but that got delayed because of the storm that hit us. So it was supposed to come out like literally as the show started, what our predictions were, but it got delayed. So yeah, that didn't work out like we wanted it to. But there were kind of some shakeups in the Capcom structure, which I think are for the better. I think they won. These guys got the new producer and director, ran the show. Which actually we got to cover what all the stuff that got revealed was too. They really just had a whole bunch of reveals. They revealed Dan, which they showed like phone footage from a desk or some shit like.
Bro, it was not clean. I guess if you recorded the TV
I'm like,
screen.
Look, man, you could have just plugged in the capture card. I don't care if he's not done yet.
There was like they want to show him, but they also want to hide him at the same time. It was weird.
They showed some footage for Dan. Which, in one of them, where he has the mustache, it looked like he had a bald spot, too. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice that.
I couldn't tell if it was some, like, weird, like, hair animation or something that was just causing it. But it looks like one of the costumes, he has a bald spot.
Okay. Was he wearing the pink gi in that one costume?
I think it was the pink gi one. He had a bald spot. If you watch the footage...
Yeah, let me look at that. Because if it's pink gi, then that means it's still supposed to be Dan, and he's just getting old. Because Sakura is no longer a high school student; she's like an adult, and Dan was already an adult when she was in high school. But if it wasn't pink gi he was wearing, then that probably could be a costume for Dan's dad, who he always made references to in the previous games, since the guy killed his dad.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how Dan turns out, because I guess his taunts are now. He can combo in and out of taunts, which is like a strange concept to think about, but we'll see how that works. And then Rose got shown off, or got announced, not shown off. And then Oro is making his return. Long awaited. He's been in fucking everyone's fucking character story. And then Akira from Rival Schools got announced.
Yeah.
But we wanted to kind of just briefly talk on how we feel about the shakeup within Capcom, where Ono is now retiring.
Yeah.
Or at least leaving the company.
For anyone who doesn't really have good understandings or like context for how Japanese business works, usually in Japanese industry, you don't, especially in games, you don't typically fire someone outright. Normally, you just relieve them of their position and give them a lesser position, and you put them in their own kind of like area, or just give them very little work to do, and that's their polite way of saying resign, so they can walk out with some grace or whatever. So that's the difference.
And it seemed like they did that with Ono.
Yeah.
From outside looking in, there's also speculation about why they're doing season 5, but we'll get into that later. How do you feel? Because it seems like with this shakeup, they're doing. It seems like there's more communication now.
Oh yeah.
We had the fucking slides thing, which it seemed like Dragon Ball tried to copy, but ended up spoiling shit. But I think that's a really good idea. I think hopefully more companies can do it, which we've already seen with Bandai doing it with Dragon Ball. But I hope more Japanese game devs do it. I've liked what Arxis have done with their developer backyard thing for Guilty Gear, where they're like, hey, we're changing this with Roman cancels. Here's what it can do. Here's why we're changing it. Obviously, there's some answers in the first one after the beta that made me go, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But, I digress. At least they're communicating with us somewhat. But hopefully, people follow Capcom's example right now and just communicate better with the people that love to play their fucking fighting games. Because that's all we ask you. That and have better netcode.
So, I've been doing a lot of reading about who exactly relieved Ono of his position and whatnot, and what's been going on with that. So supposedly, it wasn't just Ono being moved in and out. It's like a whole new wave of younger folk coming in.
Oh, so you think it's like a new? It's them trying to create the new era of Street Fighter, basically.
Yeah, and the person who took Ono's spot, so to speak, is the son of the president of Capcom. So it's literally like, okay, a kid who grew up loving Capcom stuff is now, like, you know, in charge, and you have all these other new kids. Like, the kids we saw, I wouldn't personally have known them, but they were the new up-and-comers in Capcom's fighting in division, you know, that were on display with the Dan trailer. And if you are someone who has influence, or maybe you know some people, you've probably seen their faces and were familiar with them. Like, maybe if you're a Maximilian dude or something. But I'm sad to see Ono go, because Ono has been around as long as I've been like a, I don't know, just a consumer or a watcher of Street Fighter content.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see Ono go.
Yeah.
Just because he was
like the portal. Like, he was, to me, when I knew Street Fighter news was coming up, that was Ono's face, you know?
You knew we fed off of Ono's energy.
Yeah. He's a very nice person, you know?
You know, he's super energetic. You know he loves the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether the decisions were the right ones or not, you know he wasn't doing it to fuck the game over.
Yeah.
You know, it was, I love the game. Obviously, that's why he put Blanca in. Even though, for some reason, just people don't like Blanca. Like,
they don't like having the Blanca cheats, though, do they?
But you know, you should have known. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, we knew eventually, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest. But you knew he loved the game, and you know, I would say that was one thing that I think was lacking from the two guys we saw in this trailer, in this past show, is they didn't. It's not that they didn't have the energy. I think it was just there was just such polar difference from it's Ono sitting here getting hype and excited, all you know, getting everyone's energy up, and these guys were kind of like, oh yeah, we you know, we love the game, you know, but like we want to keep it, you know, nice and calm, you know, we don't want to sit here and yell, you can. Like,
Ono was definitely like, okay, I'm a fan first, and these guys might also, I'm assuming they're also fans, but they're coming in with, this is how typical Japanese business is conducted.
Ono showed his fanboy for Street Fighter.
Yeah.
On a constant basis.
Would go to a convention, and rather than being in a booth, he would be, okay, I'm with the people, and these guys are like dressed up as Street Fighter characters, and
like
this is like
the amount
Zanki doing a SPD on me.
Because I was seeing like Ono tweet out like, oh, you know, send me the pictures that we've taken with each other across the years. I just want to see all the memories. You know, I don't have a whole lot of them. Just send me a whole bunch of pictures that I you know, you guys have taken with me. And then just scrolling through and just seeing how many people have taken pictures with Ono. And it's like, he's always got the little Blanca figure in his pictures. Like, it's like, oh my god, this dude just loves Street Fighter.
It's crazy because it's not like all these photos are from the same Evo or the same year. These are photos like scattered across the years.
Yeah, and it's just
really like 2000s, early 2000s versus 2010s. He's got different little Blancas everywhere, because he even said, like, the Evo I took you guys to, like, he had like a whole box full that they were supposed to sell as toys, but they couldn't get rid of him. So he's been taking him with them. And if he loses a Blanca, he'll just take another one out the box. And he's almost out, I want to say. Or that was his last one he had. Or something. It's just, Ono, it's one of those things where it didn't hit me that he's leaving until I saw on his Twitter that he was moving out of his office. Like, hey guys, as I'm cleaning out my office in Capcom Japan and America, man, like, I just want to say thank you. And again, it was the thread. But I'm looking forward to the future of Street Fighter V and Street Fighter 6 and just Capcom Fighters game division in the future. because they're treating it more so like the rest of Capcom, like the Resident Evil division, and you have Hunter division.
Don't get me. I think them moving Ono out is a good business decision.
Yeah.
I just think I'm gonna miss Ono as a person.
I wish Ono was still a spokesperson.
I think what they should have done, even though I don't know if Ono would have done it. Yeah. I think they should have just made Ono the community manager.
Yeah.
And had him, they send him to Evo to reveal all the trailers. They send him to all these different tournaments to reveal all the trailers. Because we know him, and it's not like he speaks bad English.
No, not really, no.
He it's a little broken, but
accent, but
it's understandable that it's a little broken, but
hey, a Shoryuken's a Shoryuken,
Yeah, we all know what he's saying. I don't think he's had a translator these past couple Evos.
No.
But, I digress. I think Ono should have stayed on in some capacity, but again, we don't know what was really going on behind the scenes,
Yeah, we'll never have the full story. That's the part that hurts, You just have to take it as it comes. Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, we'll get a breaking news full rundown of statements. You never know.
It could have, it could have been like a Kojima thing where it was like they hated each other.
It's like, all right, you're getting usurped. Ono literally got lifted up out of the meeting.
All right, get the fuck out of my company.
The Capcom execs came in. It's like, Ono, sit down. Snapped his fingers. It's like, all right, you're relieved of your duties. Put your badge on the table. Security comes in, chucks him into his office, tells him to put everything in the box, chucks him out in the street. You don't know. Or it's like, hey man, we hate to do this to you. It didn't have to be this way. We're gonna have to kill you. And it's Game of Thrones style, so it's just like, all right, you gotta light you on fire. Khaleesi, I sentence you to die. You never know. But Ono-san, you will be missed. Thank you for all the hard work.
You'll be missed, Ono. And now for our last topic. So this is kind of a recent thing. These past, I think it was today or yesterday I saw it. Mm-hmm. There was a TikTok of a guy reacting to Fall Guys footage. Now the footage he was reacting to, it was a guy on the hexagon stage doing, the short hop. Stay up as long as he can, right? Instead of running around. Now what the guy was saying was how this is why he quit video games, is because there's tryhards out there and he's just trying to have fun. I want to get your take on someone saying something like that of, do tryhards ruin the experience for people that are just trying to have fun? I have my opinion, but I want you to go first.
I'll go first. I'd say no. Every game, since the dawn of time, it doesn't even have to be a video game, like a board game, card game, there's always going to be a quote unquote try hard to you, because you're getting something out of the game different than someone else. The point is that a good game is supposed to be structured in a way where you can tell initially or pretty quickly, okay, this person's at a different skill level than I am, and that's okay. They've put in the work, or they understand the game a lot quicker than I am. They need to play with other people of their skill level. That's why in a video game, matchmaking is a thing, or skill levels are a thing, or ranks are a thing, because it's supposed to be a method to help get people with folks around their level. Because not everybody likes getting curve stomped all the time, because not everyone is good at discerning, okay, what I need to work on from that mistake or that L. Sometimes an L just hurts and people just want to turn the game off or walk away from the table, and that happens. So if a kid was really upset because they lost to another kid in chess, that kid has no right to just be like, chess is the dumb. Well, they could say chess is the dumbest game ever. You're try hard. I just wanted to play a casual game of chess. But if you do that with everybody, come on, bro, you got to give somewhere. So in terms of gaming, I don't really have any sympathy for somebody who is of that, that's their method of it, being good at a game or wanting to learn frame data or wanting to, go about it a certain way. It's just not for you. Maybe you could just find somebody around your skill level or people you want to be casual with. You have to physically look and say hey, who's down to have a nice, chill, casual, game of so-and-so or what and what? Insert blank here. Rather than, I'm going to go into the void and whoever wants to play right now is playing with me. You're gonna have to understand. You might get someone who's weaker than you of a player, or someone who's better than you of a player. That's just how it works when you play with other people in anything.
So here's my take.
All right, what's your take?
And I think a lot of people might agree with this, to be honest. I don't think this is a hot take. I already saw one person kind of agree with it. And that being Brian F. He posted a meme, and I saw it on Twitter literally 5 minutes ago, and I was pissed because I was like, damn it, I was literally just about to say that here in a couple minutes.
You stole your idea?
Basically, yeah. I think these motherfuckers that come out and say, this is why I quit this game, is because there's so many tryhards. No, I don't think you quit the game because there's so many tryhards. I think you quit the game and you're blaming it on the tryhards because you just weren't fucking good enough at the game.
Oh shit, that's a mic drop right there. Golly.
When you go into a game and you go, oh, I'm gonna play serious, and you get your ass fucking stomped, you're just gonna say, oh, he's fucking sweating, I'm just out here trying to have fun, man. That's your fucking defense mechanism for losing.
John, huh? It's a flip to John.
That is your defense mechanism. Is, oh man, he's just a sweat. You know, he's a try hard. Man, I'm just out here trying to have fun. No, motherfucker, I know for a fact you booted up that game trying to fucking win. You came in here trying to try hard too. You just sucked that bad. He was just that much better than you. And you just gotta come with that fucking excuse. You weren't man enough to say, oh nah, he's just better than me. That's all I gotta say. Fuck y'all. No, obviously there are people that are genuinely going in to trying fun though.
Yeah.
I understand it, and that I get.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, you know, it sucks that we got to come up against this guy, but oh well, on to the next one. That's what a person that's trying to have fun would say.
Just again, to me, right? Case in point, even where we are not the tryers, but we are the lesser player, right? We're the weaker player. Rocket League. We come in the Rocket League trying to have fun. Now there will be instances where we get bigger than our britches, and we think we hide.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
But we know if we get smoked by someone who's doing triple aerials and slam dunking the ball,
it's just like, oh yeah, he's clearly just there's a skill gap there, and
they're trolling or they're having their own fun, and we make jokes, and we have our own, we're not butthurt because someone spent more time in Rocket League to get diamond.
I'm not quitting a game because a dude beat me and was better than me. It's like, yo, low key that might drive me to be better.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, I want to be that fucking dude. Let me get to his fucking level, so next time I see him, I beat his ass. That's what I'm thinking. When I play fighting games with shit, I'm like, yo, next time I see you, bitch, I'm gonna beat you. Don't let me see you again in these streets.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm thinking if we went back to Evo, you got yourself a rival. It's like, I'll be back next to you. You better not lose in pools before
Hey, that
fight
motherfucker that had his stick keep on plugging and I let it slide. Don't let me catch you again.
Oh, you should have took the point, bro. Oh, you should have taken the point.
Don't let me catch you out here again.
Next year, Dustin, who's older and wiser, he gonna take that point.
Hey, I'm gonna be like, hey, yo.
That's the point.
Just unplug it. Get the fuck out of here. This is my game.
Oh, my goodness.
2-0. DQ.
Oh, I saw that and I was like, bro, there's being nice and there's being like, okay, you're messing with your own experience, bro. Oh, man. But yeah, man, basically, a game is a game, yeah, all things. But the worst thing you could do is make a situation where it only is fun when you win. Where, yeah, that's right, I'm a pop off, I'm the greatest, this game is awesome, I love this game when you win.
I don't think that's an issue. I think...
Yeah.
But I think you gotta take the loss with grace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, nah, he a fucking tryhard. You gotta be like, nah, he was just better than me. On to the next one, I'm gonna win the next one.
Yep.
And next time I see that dude, I'm gonna beat him. That's how you... If that's your mindset, like, I only have fun when I win, then that's gotta be your thing. You can't just go, oh, no, fuck that dude. I was just trying to have fun. You can't change the mindset after you lose. Because now you just kind of being a bitch.
Yeah, you gotta stick to your guns, basically. All right, I see.
You came in with the mindset to win. Don't change now because you lost. Just go on to the next one and win the next one.
All right.
If you really came in to have fun, that you losing wouldn't bother you. you'd be like, oh, all right, let me go to the next one. Let me, maybe I'll have a little, maybe I didn't have fun this time because I got bodied. Let me go to the next one. Maybe I'll have a little more fun. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just change the words around. Maybe I'll win the next time. Maybe I'll have fun the next time. You just keep playing. Because, the next time around, you're like, oh, that game was real fun. Let me rematch. Like the set that I had, the 12-match set in Dragon Ball. I lost half of those, but I was like, yo, I'm having fun. And I went in there to win. But I was like, yo, I'm going to win the next one. And in that process of me trying to win, even though I was losing, I was still having fun.
It's the little battles, man. I think especially when you going up against a quote-unquote tryhard, even let's say this person's so good, like better than you, you're supposed to learn from your losses. If you never learn from your losses at all, or at least realize losing is part of the process to getting to a win or learning the game, any game, right? You're never going to truly improve. That's how you get people who are, and especially in fighting games, right? That's how you get people who are stuck in bronze but know 50% combos. That's how you get people that are stuck in bronze and can't anti-air anything. That's how you get people who are stuck in bronze who throw 3 fireballs in a row every time, and you punish the third fireball because they're gonna do it. And
then they get mad that you realize that they throw 3 fireballs in a row, and then they call you the tryhard.
Exactly.
It's like, no, motherfucker, you just got a pattern.
Yeah, I just literally learned, like, okay, you beat me the first game in the set. I realized you have like 3 patterns, and because someone who listens, like, biggest tip to anyone who plays fighting games, right? And you listen to this podcast, shout outs to you. If someone is really good at jumping in at you, they're probably not good at getting anti-airs at all. They're not good at defending jump-ins because they spent all their mental capacity as a new player in the lowest rank or whatever, or considerably low ranks, learning how to do an optimal combo that isn't beneficial for them yet. They haven't learned probably other parts of the game, whether it's neutral or something else, or some system mechanic. So if you get somebody that jumps in at you and does some stupid looking combo, try jumping in at them. See if they anti-air. Probably not. They'll probably block the jump in at best. They're probably not going to anti-air.
Play keep and just grab them out the air.
Or you could, if you're me and you play Birdie in Street Fighter 5, just anti-air chain this mother trucker 3 times in a row. They'll jump again. Oh, no. If you anti-air someone and that's their gimmick, if that's their whole thing, it's like, shoot, man, rather than learning how to stand on the ground, all I want to do is jump in the air and heavy punch at this person's face. Well, dang it, they've anti-aired me. What should I do? Well, I only learned how to jump in the air and hit heavy punch or throw a fireball. I'm just going to have the heavy punch again and hope it works this time. That's a free game, baby. That's a free game. I'll take those any day. Give me the points. Oh, man.
I mean, you ain't wrong. But anyway, I think that concludes our show today.
Thank you for watching, folks. Oh, man, we back.
We appreciate you guys. Like you said earlier, keep an eye out for content on the rise, I guess. That's not really what I was trying to say, but fuck it. One take Drake. But yeah, keep an eye out for content. We'll just stop there. Please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Even if it's hate, I don't give a fuck.
Hey man, if you a hater, you a tryhard.
Yeah, if you hate this video, you a tryhard and bitch. You a sweat. I'm just out here trying to have fun, all right?
Out here trying to have fun and making YouTube videos.
You guys are being mean. You're gonna make me quit YouTube.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home. I'm gonna take my 2000 PC and go home. Malik, you're already home. Well, shoot. I don't know what to do. It's a pandemic. Peace.